The time machine hummed and whirred, its gears grinding as it transported me back millions of years into the past. The air grew thick with the scent of pine and damp earth, and the sound of rustling leaves filled my ears. I had arrived in the Pleistocene epoch, a time when mammoths roamed the earth and saber-toothed cats stalked their prey. As I ventured deeper into the prehistoric forest, I stumbled upon a clearing. In the center stood a magnificent creature, unlike anything I had ever seen before. It was the Irish giant deer, a colossal beast with antlers that stretched over 12 feet wide. The giant deer, sensing my presence, turned its head towards me. Its eyes, large and gentle, held a wisdom that spoke of ages past. I felt a strange connection with this creature, a sense of kinship that transcended time. "Welcome, young traveler," the giant deer spoke in a voice that rumbled like distant thunder. "I am Megaloceros giganteus, the Irish giant deer. What brings you to my time?" I explained to the giant deer that I had come from the future, a time when his kind had long since vanished. He listened intently. "Ah, so you come from a time when the world is much changed," he said. "Tell me, what is it like in your time?" I described the world I knew, a world of towering cities, machines that could fly, and communication that spanned the globe. The giant deer listened with fascination, his eyes widening in wonder. "It sounds like a world of great progress," he said. "But I cannot help but wonder if it has come at a cost." I thought about the environmental challenges facing my time, the pollution and climate change that threatened the planet. I realized that the giant deer, with his deep connection to nature, might have insights that could help us. "What was your world like?" I asked. "What challenges did you face?" The giant deer sighed. "My world was a vast and wild place, filled with ancient forests and sprawling grasslands. We, the Irish giant deer, roamed these lands in great herds, grazing on the lush vegetation. Our lives were not without danger, of course. We were preyed upon by saber-toothed cats, wolves, and even humans." "How did you survive?" I asked. "We survived through our strength, our size, and our unity," the giant deer replied. "Our antlers were our most formidable defense, and we used them to protect ourselves and our young. We also lived in close-knit herds, which made it difficult for predators to pick us off one by one. But eventually your kind disappeared," I said. "What happened?" The giant deer's eyes grew distant as he recalled the events of the past. "The climate began to change," he said. "The forests grew colder, and the grasslands became drier. Our food sources dwindled and we struggled to survive. At the same time, humans began to hunt us more aggressively. Our numbers declined and eventually we were no more." I felt a pang of sadness for the giant deer and his kind. They had been magnificent creatures, and it was a tragedy that they had vanished from the earth. "What can we learn from your story?" I asked. The giant deer looked at me with a knowing smile. "We can learn that even the mightiest of creatures can be vulnerable to change," he said. "We can also learn that it is important to live in harmony with nature, for our own survival depends on it." With those words, the giant deer turned and walked away, disappearing into the depths of the prehistoric forest.